Hello, good morning. This is Naz from NB Network Lessons. Hope everyone's doing okay. Welcome. Welcome to all of my students. Thank you for joining. Today, the topic of discussion is area of a triangle. This is under geometry lesson number 3. By the way, I have all of my lessons under my collections, geometry, calculus, circuit analysis, and so forth. So feel free to check it out. But what we're going to discuss today is how to find area of a triangle. So let's do that. Let's say you have a triangle which looks like this right here, okay? And this angle right here is 90 degrees, right? So then this is basically a right-hand triangle. That's what the terminology which is used. So basically this is right here is going to be your altitude, okay? This right here is going to be your base, and this right here is going to be your hypotenuse, right? So the formula is pretty straightforward. If you want to find area of this triangle, that is equal to half base times altitude. So that's the area. So if you are given with the right hand triangle, this is the formula which applies. Now let me ask you this. What if you have an equilateral triangle? What is an equilateral triangle? Equilateral triangle is when you have all of the sides have the same measurement. So for example, let's say you have, let me see if I can draw a equilateral triangle. Okay, so we have this side, then we have this side, and then we have this side, okay? So the length of all these three sides is same, okay? So for example, if this is 5 centimeter, this is also 5 centimeter, this is also 5 centimeter. Now, how would you find area of this triangle? It's not a right-hand triangle. You know, if it was right-hand triangle, I could have easily used this formula. I could still use this formula, but I'm going to have to calculate the altitude, okay, right here. This altitude from this point to this point, I have to calculate that in order for me to use this formula, all right? Base, I know because this is right in the middle. So base is equal to 5/2, okay? That is fine, all right? But what about the altitude right here? How would you find that? Well, if you recall from your earlier days, there is something called Pythagoras theorem, which basically says that hypotenuse square is equal to, let's see, this right here, hypotenuse square is equal to altitude square plus it's going to be this right here squared, okay? So then this right here we already know, side B, which we just calculated 5/2. So then this is going to be 5/2 square, okay? What we know, what we don't know what the A is, but we do know what the hypotenuse is, right? So then we can do like this, 5 square is equal to A square plus 5/2 square, all right? Let me rearrange that. So because I'm looking for this A, altitude, so then A square is equal to 5 square minus 5/2 square. All I'm doing is just doing some algebra so I can isolate altitude A and then find the value of that. So then A is equal to 25 minus 5/2 square under the root, because I took the square off right here. Now when you solve this, you get value of altitude is equal to I did it already for you guys. So the altitude I got was 4.33 centimeters. Okay. Now I have A. So let's go ahead and plug this value of A back in here. Okay. So if we do that, then we get area is equal to half base. What is the value of base? You already know. 5/2 times 5/2 times the altitude we just calculated, 4.33. If you solve this, you will get area is equal to 10.825 centimeters square. Gosh, that was a lot of work. That was a lot of work just to find the area of this equilateral triangle, right? What if I give you a real simple formula to calculate the area of an equilateral triangle? What if I give you, let me write it in the red so you'll remember that. I mean, in the exam, you want to solve your problems as quickly as possible, right? But if you start doing this, then it's going to take you some time and you might not have that time. So the formula I give you to find the area of an equilateral triangle in which all the sides are same. That's the key right here, equilateral triangle. I say area is equal to √3 over 4 times A square. Boom, simple as that. Instead of going all these steps, you can just use this formula. Let's do that. So √3 divided by 4 is equal to 0.433. You already know what the value of A is, 5. So 5 square is 25. And then when you crank this up, you get answer 10.825 centimeters square. Wow. I did this maybe in a minute, but it took me about 5 minutes to use this formula. So if it's a right hand triangle, perfect, no problem at all. But if it's a triangle which is not right hand, it's, say for example, equilateral triangle, then just use this formula right here. Much quicker. All right, thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate it. If you like the contents, please go ahead and share and also give me a like. Thank you. Till next time.